Hey, Black Friday coming up fast, and while the deals can be tempting, they can suck your budget dry, and that's why we want you to plan ahead.
Okay, so we're here with Jenny Groberg from Booksmart's Accounting, Bookkeeping and Accounting, talking about how to shop smart, save big, and avoid the holiday spending hangover. Thanks for coming in, Jenny.
Yeah.
What's the biggest mistake that people make when heading into Black Friday?
People do not plan.
They're just looking for bargains.
Yeah, and they just spend. And if you don't have the money, it's not a deal.
That's right.
You know,
That's a great saying, right?
Fun fact is over from Black Friday until Cyber Monday, Americans in general spend over $40 billion. From the beginning of November to the end of December, it's over $900 billion.
Wow.
So we're talking big spends, and you have to be strategic about it. Otherwise, you're going to end up in that 30% of Americans that are going into debt for Christmas.
Oh, we're expecting it to be less spending this year because a lot of people are out of work or making less money. Things cost more.
Right.
What's the trick to starting smart?
Okay, so what I do is I have a Google spreadsheet.
Okay.
And I have the Drive app on my phone. And I will, every year, I have my list of all the people I need to purchase gifts for. And then ahead of time, figure out what you're going to give them and approximately what the price is. The nice thing is whether I'm on my computer or I'm on my phone, I can see where I'm at and I have a total of what I'm spending. You could do the same with a note on your phone, but you can also share that with your partner or spouse, which helps you stay on track. So it's important that you know ahead of time what you're going to buy so that you're just not aimlessly shopping. And then it's also important that you just keep track of that. Black Friday sales are not always sales. It might say it's 50% off, and it may not be.
It may not be.
Let's talk about drift spending. What is that? I've never heard of that before.
Drift spending is just buying all kinds of random things. So you have to be strategic. You have to make sure you're tracking things. There's a website called Camel, where you can, it's kind of like Google Flights, where they will tell you the markers of items and what the price point is. And so that will help you if you're not sure if something's on sale or not.
Okay.
Then you can be tracking it. It can give you alerts if there's a deal.
Okay. I'm kind of a procrastinator, so I think I'm a drift spender.
Okay.
I buy this and it's like, oh, who will I give it to? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But how can you focus on real savings? Do you have to be so organized?
It definitely helps. Last year, I forgot to get a gift for my dad. I had it on my list, and I didn't purchase it. The problem is then I ended up spending way more because it was out of stock. So I'm frantically trying to find it. Then I spend more on shipping. So if you haven't started, just make a general plan, especially if people don't have very big budgets. It gives you time to start making things. And kind of get ahead of the game here. So try.
I do know people who, they take Black Friday very seriously. They're looking at the ads weeks before or even the day before, the Thanksgiving paper. In the old day when everyone would go out, when they, they go out early in the morning.
And fight at Toys R Us
Not
at
as
2 in the
many
morning.
people do that anymore, but it's still done a little bit. But then there are people who just like to go out and, like you said, just kind of wander around, see what they see, and they're not planning for that.
Right.
What are the items, though, that are genuinely, consistently things you can save on? There are some
So
things
those
each
are going to
year,
be the
right?
big ticket items. Your TVs, headphones, laptops, small kitchen appliances. Those are where you're going to see the biggest savings. So focus on those. But again, it takes a little bit of planning to say, this is what I'm going to get. So look at the ads, online shop. But a lot of times you'll see Amazon and all the headlines and think, oh, this is a deal. And people just start buying without a person in mind. And then you overspend.
What about the buy now, pay later?
Okay, whatever you do not do the buy now, pay later. Because you forget.
I mean, if you want to, you should be saving all year for Christmas shopping. But if you're not and you're running out of money, that sounds like it'd be a great deal.
Hopefully you're saving all year long. But whatever you do not do the buy now, pay later. It is really bad. And then you end up with this big bill in the months to come and you've forgotten, and it's a lot more than you expected. So when people are paying, especially upwards of 30% on credit cards, if you can't afford it, if it's not in your budget, even though it's a deal, don't buy it. because you're going to spend so much more on interest and payment plans and all of those things.
Your kids are going to be watching you shop as well. I mean, this is a good chance to teach some financial lessons to your kids, kind of showing them how to shop in this time of year, right?
Yeah, I think it's important to set expectations very clear with your kids. My kids, I gave them the option. I said, would you like to go on a trip or would you like Christmas presents? And they all voted almost unanimously, my youngest didn't, to go on a trip. Yeah. So I had this conversation a week ago, just so you know, we're planning to go on a vacation and not do a lot of presents. And I just want to set those expectations. It does give them time to buy each other gifts, to just get in the right mindset. I think it's important to tell your kids there are budgets, and that's okay. I think kids do really well when you set clear boundaries and expectations. And so, you know, you don't have to say yes to everything. If you get invited to a concert or something for the holidays or a game and you can't afford it, say no. You have time to perhaps plan cheaper, less expensive sources of entertainment. If you can't afford to buy a gift for every single family member, cousins, extended family, do a drawing.
That's what we do.
I have family too that at the last minute will say, let's do a service project. Start having those conversations right now.
Yeah, and lessons
so that
for
you can
kids.
budget.
How young do you think you can start teaching?
I think you can start as toddlers. I mean, when we go shop for service projects, we tell our younger kids, okay, we want you to buy the gift for the 2-year-old or the 4-year-old, and we help them engage in that conversation.
Yeah, we do that angel tree and started the kids really young to learn how to buy for others.
That's nice.
So your youngest wants more toys, though. And
yeah, we had that conversation again last night. It's because I'm the only girl. I'm outnumbered. It's because I have all brothers. And I said, no, it's because you're the youngest.
So
and
she loves to stay at home with her toy, and you guys get to go on the
trip. And we'll go out of town,
All right, finally, what's the best piece of advice you can give us to kind of end the year financially strong?
Spending is about emotions. And the holidays don't have to be, they can be about connection and not consumption. So I think it's really important to know that you can give generously and still start the year out financially strong. They don't have to be mutually exclusive. You just are more careful with what you spend and maybe buy fewer gifts and more meaningful gifts. So just be really careful. People really hate their lives at the beginning of the year when they have a huge credit card debt and they're working extra hours and overtime. So
if you don't have the money, it's not a deal.
It's not a deal.
I love that.
Yeah, that's
Buy now,
really
pay
good.
later is not a plan. It shouldn't be your plan.
Thanks so much, Jenny.
What was the website that you gave us one about comparing the products?
Camel,
Camel,
and
okay.
honey.
And honey. Okay.
Okay.
And my website is Booksmarts Pro.
Okay. Thanks so much, Jenny.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having
it.
me.